Right. Evening, everybody. Hope you guys have enjoyed your weekend. And how you guys doing? So yeah, evening, everybody. Welcome to my stream. So yeah, today's the day. F123. It's going to be starting the playthrough for Breaking Point 2. This game, not done. The first one didn't have did by F121. So yeah, I mean, I think I already knew about what the story was in the first one. Watching it through Ben Daly's playthrough on Breaking Point. So yeah, I haven't seen the entirety of. I haven't watched any of the playthrough of Breaking Point 2, so I'm completely blind as to what's gonna be about. I thought I saw something in the. That email is showing up. That's weird. I'm not. I think it's from Steam. I don't know. But yeah, I need to put these settings on. Where is that? All right, here. Still pretty loud on my ear. I'm gonna need to hear myself a little bit more, so I think that should do. So before we start with Breaking Point, I'm just gonna do some laps in time trial, and if, as you saw just now, I'm gonna select the Ferrari, and it has the livery that they used in the Italian Grand Prix. I'm not gonna do Italian Grand Prix for now. Singapore, that's gonna be difficult to do. Brazil. Paul Ricard. It's just something I could get my head around. Spain, maybe? Test track. And also, not to mention changing the layout now in the game, because the previous game, F122, still had the chicane, but I'm pretty sure this one no longer has the chicane anymore. Freestyle force. One minute 10. Sheesh. Keep getting spam with that. Right. Let's give it a try. Gosh, the force feedback's a little too light at the moment. Something to... Come on. I have to go back to the garage. I need to calibrate with the force feedback because it's too light. Still light as hell. What's going on? Okay, there it is. 1 minute 15. Top times are mid tens. Granted, I'm using a default setup. Would have been a 14-1 had I left the track there. Turn 5, I think. Neil went off. Went wide. At turn 9. (14-3). Maybe I can take it flat? And I went off. Oh, still counts. And I went wide. No, I can't take it flat somehow. (13-7). That was third gear at turn 1. Try not to downshift there. It's probably slower. Oops. Try another clean lap. Probably need to turn off the turn off the chat. No one's chatting anyway. I hope that doesn't screw up the force feedback. It doesn't, which is nice. I said one clean lap. Gee, I'm peaking. It says the OBS. It's kind of weird. Set and half improvement. Keep going wide at turn 4. It's not good. So that should be second gear. Right, 13.5 it is. Not sure that stacks, but like that's 3 seconds behind the fastest time in this track in this game. Theoretical best 13.5. 23 thousandths of a second. I could have done more. Beat someone with a custom setup with no assist. So it's supposed to be traction control, the one with the green icon. Right. We're gonna start breaking point, but before that I'm gonna need to pee. I'll be right back. Looks like I hit the light. Trying to get out of the room. It's pretty cramped, this place. I mean, this room. And a very creaky sounding play seat challenge seat. Podium pass stuff. Purchase VIP. How many VIP coins do I have? How many coins do I need? Because I already have the pit coins anyway. I mean, it's not that I really care so much about this. 4 costs 9,000. Wow. You see? Seeing the FPS somehow. Going haywire from time to time. How do I get even more free pit coins? Right, breaking point. For those seeking a greater test of skill, optimized for players using low assist levels. Offers normal, great for newcomers of F1 series, suitable for all assist levels. Offers a balanced experience that is recommended for players comfortable with using fewer assists. Might start with challenging for now, but we might want this up to hard at some point if we need to. Builds upon standard experience with an even broader range of settings to allow for the most customizable F1 experience possible. Oh, it's the settings filter, I see. Assist. Gonna stick with medium for now. Maybe once we're done with... No, we'll see. We'll see if how I'm going to adapt. Shall we say rules and flags? We'll test our ability at turning into a pit box at the optimal time. I think we already have that off the whole time. Surface type realistic. Manual starts. Tires will be damaged by wear only. Front wing will only be the area that has damage. All areas. Let's try standard. It's gonna be interesting how that pans out. Accessibility. Let's check. Tinnitus relief. Cinematic. Driver presents the mix as a real driver with experience. These options only affect onboard cameras. Engineer ducking. Use feedback. For a moment. I feel like wanting to... That's already a pretty high throttle linearity. How can we test? 11... Hold 5. I am holding 5. What the hell? How do I get out of this? There you go. Thought it would be like a second long at least. 50 linearity. Would be nice to have a graph. Something going on with the mic. Right. We shall begin.
I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes.
And tell me about Casper. How is that relationship?
Oh yeah. Holy smokes.
It wasn't my fault. Whose fault was it then? Tried to stop designing it. Didn't want to play babysitter. We all feel sorry for you. You never
Devin.
adjusted it. I have a call from Christian Horner. You're being watched.
Christian Horner.
Problem is, thinks you're getting too old. You want respect, you give respect. That's how it works. How about you give me a little respect? How about you earn it first? Done. What? I'm retiring. Why didn't it work out between you two? You told me my middle name.
You didn't want me on the team,
Didn't I? And you thought I was past my best.
so none of this is true.
There's always gossip. And ever since he's arrived, one man at the center. I want us to push forward. I want us to beat Bucky. And I want that seat to go to him.
So Alfa Romeo
That's some bits of the first. Oh! That's what a dive bomb by Butler there.
It's great to see him still in this fight, Crofty. Over Casper.
Wheel it ain't pass.
That's part that I didn't watch on season 1 of Breaking Point.
We did it.
We did it.
Look at Max.
You seen the crash?
Butler's okay.
What was Lewis Hamilton doing in the cooldown room there? There's supposed to be only 3 people in there. Miami Grand Prix several races into the 2022 season. Overall technical regulations marks the first major update to the sport for several years, but it's not only the new cars that are turning heads down the paddock. 6.
What was it like bringing up the land?
You know, the first time you see a car, your branding, your name on it, an official race, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
Going for the Drive to Survive approach.
2022 season, straight out of the box. The drivers were always going to clash. That was a calculated risk. But the car. The car.
We're midway through the Miami Grand Prix. It's been a cracking race so far, and it's all up for grabs.
Absolutely, Crofty. Some fantastic driving here today. Especially, I have to say, from Aiden Jackson. I don't think I've ever seen a Connorssport car be put through its paces quite like this.
This is a team, Connorssport, that have got a lot to prove this season, but Jackson might just be the man to do it.
Oh, we're gonna be driving now. Primary objective: finish the race.
Okay, Aiden, nice job so far. Let's try and bring that gap down to the car ahead if you can.
Copy that.
My thing is light again. The force feedback, that is. And also, one thing to mention. This is supposed to be what Lola wanted to do in the 90s when they tried to enter F1, but until MasterCard happened. They wanted to do it the 98 season, one start 98. Because that's where there was a change in the regulations back then as well. Oh my god! The force feedback, it's too light. Gosh.
Okay, Aiden, nice job so far. Let's try and bring that gap down to the car ahead if you can.
Copy that.
Think it's heavy now? It's still light again, somehow. I don't know what's going on. Something about the... force feedback not working in my favor sometimes.
Okay, Aiden, nice. Down to the car ahead if you can.
I'm bumping a table, sorry. Still pretty light. I don't know what's going on. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Whoops. No DRS? Come on, something's not right. Come on, force feedback. Work, damn it.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.3 seconds.
Cars ahead are on mediums. Whoops. Oh shoot! I missed my breaking point there. Leave to the space, Lando!
Good job.
Whoops. Okay, this next also on soft tires. Whoops. Oop. I'll still have overtake.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
That's what dirty air is? Holy crap. Oh my god, the force feedback again still feels pretty light, which I am getting confused as to what to do with it. Because it has to do with L-tabbing things, and something's going on with my mic as well, because it's peaking a lot. I hope you guys are doing fine with that. I need my voice meter here to see what's happening here. Okay, I think I know what it is. For a moment, I can see why now it's now peaking. Yep. What game is doing that? I'm not sure if it's this game or something else. Could be Grid Legends. I was just playing it just before streaming. So yeah. Holy hell, that. I don't get it. What's going on with the thing? And I just closed my voice meter. That's nice.
gap to your teammate behind is 5.8 seconds.
Whoops. Then the cutscene, something happens, I believe.
I'm losing power! Why am I losing power? Copy that, we see it. We're looking into it. Okay, I'm afraid you're gonna have to retire the car, please, Aiden. Retire the car. You're joking! I'm sorry, Aiden. Pull over now, please. Pull over now. This is getting ridiculous.
And that's agonising for Jackson. Just a few laps left to go, and he's out of the Miami Grand Prix.
Aiden, you better
with
stop the
every
car now.
race, the car looks like a constant problem for Connor Sport. It must be devastating for the drivers.
Confirmation as the car comes to a halt, the Connor Sports Aiden Jackson won't be seeing the checkered flag today. But it
It's-
looks like his teammate will. Jackson's DNF puts Devon Butler in a position where he might just be able to secure some points.
Oh,
for
wow.
Connor Sports.
That's gonna hurt.
Yep, engine problem, I'm afraid. Good job you got me. All right, Devon, don't push it too hard. We cannot risk losing both cars here.
It's in the bag, mate.
All okay, Aiden?
Devon's.
Yeah, how's Devon doing? Yeah, he's doing all right, mate. He looks like he's going to bring home some points for the team. Good for
Hurt
him.
the, yeah. It's gonna hurt the ego there for a little bit. Interesting to hear frustration engine issue for his Connor Sports Aiden Jackson to retire from the Miami Grand Prix, only a few laps from the end of the race. Interesting to hear Natalie Pinkham as the.
If it's not one thing, then it's another. Did you not see what happened out there today?
Aiden, I agree with you 100%. We are doing everything we can. I know the car is not perfect, but
Andreo, it's every race. Do you know how I look losing easy points like this?
Knock, knock. Sounds like there's a right show going on in here. What am I missing?
Not now, Devon.
Aiden and I were just discussing issues with the car.
Again? I thought that was all in hand. I had no problems today. Smooth. You know what they say? A shoddy workman always blames his tools. mate.
Oh,
You
God.
can look at my setup data anytime you want. I've told you that. It might help.
And I've told you before, it's not a setup issue. The problem is
Jackson. That was the problem with the 2022 season. I was getting one. I mean, at the end of 21, everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big three. But I guess they couldn't reach an agreement, so we both signed for Connor Sport.
And do you think that affected Aiden?
That's no secret. No,
Sheesh.
for that 22 season, Jackson was a nightmare.
Like I said, interesting to hear Natalie Pinkham as the pundit or the color commentator alongside David Croft in this game. Between story events, you'll return to the hub. Here you can check the latest news or your social feed, emails, and even receive phone calls from other characters throughout the course of Breaking Point 2. The character you control in these hubs can change from visit to visit, each one offering a different perspective on life at Corner Sport. Performance reputation. From here, you'll also be able to check the level of your performance and reputation. These new additions of Breaking Point 2 will fluctuate based on your actions both on and off track. Getting a higher level in each rating will result in a wider range of responses both in both press interviews and department events, largely related to how well you and the Corner Sport team perform during races. It will be affected by things such as your finishing position or if you manage to secure the fastest lap of the race. Excuse me. Be mindful, however, that other factors outside of the race may also affect performance. Reputation is all you do with how well the media fans in the F1 world perceive you and the team, from appearing frustrated in post-race interview through to outperforming your rivals on track. All of this will be reflected by your reputation level. Responding to your actions, news, social posts, emails, phone calls can be all impacted by your actions elsewhere in Breaking Point 2. These icons will highlight if a piece of content is present due to your actions, with each representing a different source from reputation, performance, on-track actions, or press department event choices. You will be able to identify how the F1 world is responding to your choices and decisions. Previously, New Era, Misfortune in Miami. What's the problem? I didn't see what was on the top right. Great. Accept.
Aiden, hey, I wanted to give you a heads up. Now look, the crew has shared the latest telemetry data with us.
Fine, but I don't think it'll tell me anything I don't already know.
Just humor me, okay? I'd like you to go through it. Let me know if anything jumps out. I'm keen to iron out these problems as quickly as possible for you.
Sure thing. Thanks, Andrea.
No thanks needed. I've got your back, Aiden. Remember what I said when you joined the team. I won't let you down. Ackerman won't let me hear the end of it.
Yeah, sounds like Casper. You know he told me the same, right? It's just tricky, what with the car and Devin poking his nose in any chance he gets.
There's a lot going on for sure, but we're a team. We'll get there. I'll have a word with the Devil. Tell him to give you some space, both on and off the track, okay?
All the time.
Yeah, alright.
All the time we have to leave a space. Right, I need to pee again. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm hoping the next time we get into a race, the thing goes back to normal, the force feedback. Andrea O'Connor, moving forward team, I appreciate how hard everyone is working. We are getting so much right, and I also understand how infuriating it can be for everyone when a problem persists and simply won't go away. Rest assured, both myself and the management team are acutely aware of the continuing issues with the car and will be enacting a plan to address them all as quickly as possible, getting the car up to optimal performance and alleviating everyone's stress levels in the process is our top priority. I'll be in touch with each department separately so we can formulate a unified strategy. We'll get there. Thank you again for all your patience and hard work. Andrea Corner, team owner and principal, Corner Sport Butler Global Racing Team. Davidoff Butler, thank you to all at Corner Sport. I appreciate this as a group message, but believe me when I say I'm talking to you each individually. Thank you. I couldn't be prouder of what we've all achieved so far. To come from nothing and build such a strong and passionate foundation is nothing short of remarkable. Now let's get some serious points and show the world what we're capable of. My deepest gratitude to all the CEO of Butler Global. I can imagine Davidoff is the father of Devin. So that's all in the Miami Grand Prix. Social. Aiden Jackson, driver, London, UK, 1.4 million followers. Gotta feel Ben Ben tweeting. Gotta feel sorry for Aiden driving like a complete pro, but that car should be ashamed. Sheesh, Ben. Box. Feeling like Jackson should probably put the car in reverse. It'll be quicker. Clearly getting preferential treatment from the Corner Sport Garage. I wonder why that is. Ooh, imagine having fans like that. I mean, everyone has it surely. Such a great season this year. Everyone's never been better. Mr. Whatevs. Rosanna Tennant. Great to see new blood on track, but you'd think they'd spend a little more time on R&D. Sheesh. For someone working in the FOM, the F1 media, that's kind of DC Boom, Corner Sport, like Corner Sport, bye lads. Breaks down more often than mine. Arab, grumpy old fan, will be racking up grid penalties quicker than points. Grumpy old fan, don't be so negative. Gotta give them a chance. It's pretty trying to be optimistic, I guess. This is F1 what you're talking about here. I'm after history lesson. Be simple, be reliable, or pay the price. This is the pinnacle of motorsport. Rome wasn't built in a day. I see. Tommy T 999 completely robbed again. Didn't really looks right. Oh, where hashtag where they belong. Oh, at this point, wait. Oh yeah, there was still a bit in the front last year. Devon Haven is the only thing keeping right now, well alleged. Sheesh. Looms was idea for him for the podium. Looked great on paper. Remember the picture with Carlos Sainz wearing the football helmet then on the podium. David Coulthard. Superb medium race for Miami. We'll look forward to this race in the calendars for years to come. Just don't jump in the pool. Hashtag not real. Remember was Matt Amy's tweet with it editing with the jumping on the icy pool. Okay. Corner looking stressed on the pit wall is becoming coincide. Can someone put together a montage GIF please, or GIF? Mini Whisk. Technical Terry. What's going on with Corner Sport? It's like the car is being held together with duct tape. Anthony Davidson. It's going to be interesting to see what tweaks they make to the track after this maiden outing at the Miami Grand Prix. News. Apple struggles with Corner Sport, challenges of setting up an F1 team. Sheesh, the ticker at the bottom is scrolling so fast. But as we all know, I think newcomers always face an uphill struggle to compete on an even footing with their more experienced and well-established contemporaries, which is only one of many challenges that Corner Sport are currently facing. Formed by Andrea O'Connor, the owner and CEO of the globally recognized Corner Sport brand, this racing team is an outfit with a lot to prove, yet with a car that is showing all those signs of common to a fledgling team with constant recurring faults that have marred almost every race since the start of the season. The question still remains: will Corner Sport have the fortitude to succeed where others have failed, or will they be left spinning their wheels unable to find form? It's going to be interesting what it would be like. Granted if all the teams and Formula One agree to bring Andretti in, if what would be like with Andretti, how they will perform if they join. That is, I would love them to join the grid. Of course, we need personally. The grid deserves more cars on it, in Formula One. So, from rivals to comrades, of course, we expect a rivalry is between such heavy hitters as Hamilton and Verstappen to take center stage 2 years ago, of course, and the race weekend so far this year haven't disappointed, but the real drama seems to be spinning a little further back on the grid this season, with Aiden Jackson and Devin Butler consistently bumping wheels both on and off the track last year, a trend that seems to have carried over. Many fans have been left wondering if Honda Sports gamble at signing the polarized pair has indeed paid off. From what we've seen so far this season, however, we'd propose that the jury's still very much out. History of father-son duo in F1. Maybe the ones currently making headlines this season. F1 is no stranger to a father and son. Two of the drivers on the grid are, of course, backed by their wealthy father, not just Devin Butler at Corner Sport. Oh yeah, Latifa was still racing last year. But also Lance Stroll and Aston Martin, whose father Lawrence owns the team. Yeah, also much it's in the history books rather than team meetings where sons and fathers interact. It's followed in his father Michael's illustrious footsteps into F1, while Nico Rosberg followed his father Keke's all the way to the World Drivers' Championship. They joined Graham and Damon Hill as the only two pairs of father and son champions, though the beloved Gilles and Jacques Villeneuve aren't far behind. Gilles finished as runner-up in 79, Jack went one better in 97. Yeah. What could have been for Gilles Villeneuve? Miami's long road to F1. Okay, I'm getting thirsty again. Excuse me. But major sporting events just don't happen overnight. The groundwork to ensure Miami's smooth reception of the pinnacle of motorsport does begin this weekend, but in fact began 4 years ago when a proposal was first submitted in 2018. Upon first submission, it was felt that 2019 was a viable target for a debut Grand Prix, but was delayed first to 2021 and now to 22 after a bid needed some final logistical details confirming. There's no slouch when it comes to a motorsporting history, having hosted Grand Prix in other classifications before. Now it makes its F1 bow. But one thing is for sure, although the road here was long, the future is even longer. Miami has signed a 10-year deal. I suppose we can learn to get used to such an enticing location. Personally, I'm not really fan. I mean, I thought this year's race in Miami wasn't too bad, but I guess there was a lot of passing, but DRS passes most of the time, from what I recall. Oh, this one was written by Lucas Weber, or Weber. That's it. On to the next chapter. Canadian Grand Prix 6 weeks later. For a moment. Chapter 2, maiden season continues to be marred by inconsistency, but team principal Andrea Connor remains hopeful that their luck will start to change as the paddock heads to Montreal. Excuse me. You're the boss. Throughout the course of Breaking Point 2, you'll not only control the drivers, but also Connor Sports team principal Andrea Connor. So we're also playing as Team TP. During these visits to the team data center, Andrea will have to make difficult decisions covering a range of topics during department events. How you choose to respond to these events will have a direct effect on many things, such as your performance and reputation. They may even affect bonus objectives for upcoming races.
Boss, got a couple of minutes?
With this being their home circuit, Stroll and Latifi have been all over local media this weekend. One particular outlet appeared bent on using our recent struggles to pump up the expectations of the home drivers. Wow, they indicated that Cornersport were easy fodder for the Canadian pair and that our drivers shouldn't put up much competition. Wow, okay, so that's kind of a backhanded compliment on the Canadian drivers, to be fair. This will affect the bonus objective in the upcoming race fodder. We'll show them who's fodder. Okay, so how do we respond with this one? We won't be drawn into this. We have our goals and we know what level of performance we expect from our drivers. Yeah, I. This is what I would um, reply with, if I'm being honest. Devon was on a popular streamer's channel earlier this week and promised a behind the scenes tour of our factory for next Thursday. This clashes with our scheduled team building days for the engineers back at the factory. So, streamer, behind the scenes tour, team building for the engineers. Normally, I would say we don't let flights of fancy interfere with our plans, but that video has received a lot of views. The streamer has contacted us to inform what course of action you'd like to take. We'll have to schedule a team building and let the tour go ahead. We can't put toothpaste back in the tube now. That's quite the analogy there. Cancel the team, don't let tour go ahead, but Devon is getting the front of the camera and leading the tour. It says here cancel the team building. It doesn't say reschedule though. So that's something. So I'm going. So it's the wording here that's getting me a bit, because it says here cancel the team building, not reschedule, unlike in the confirm. So I guess we have to confirm. Devon's overpromise. Woo! Sheesh. Local media.
Andreo! Just gone over those last minute strategy changes you sent over.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear, whatever happens out there today, I get pit priority, yeah?
Well, we'll see how the race develops. If you need priority, you'll get it. But I can't go into the race with that on the table.
Look, we all know Jackson's not pulling his weight. Now, if you want the points, I need to make sure he's not going to get in my way. Do you get me?
Devon, we've talked about this. Give Aiden some space. It's not about you getting in the way of each other. It's about everyone pulling together, racing as a team.
Of course, yeah. So, pit priority, yeah? All right, ciao.
Ego clash. Help select cinematics. Still there. Call history. Ah, I see. Go to race. More news. Continuing car troubles at Corner Sport. New team is left spinning its wheels, even with teams such as Mercedes struggling with their own vehicles so far in this 2022 season. It's no surprise then that a far less experienced team such as Corner Sport is also facing up to the challenges of a car that simply won't perform. There's clearly an issue. You only need to look at the race footage to see that. Yet with a management team that's staying firmly tight-lipped on the matter, admitting there is a problem, but avoiding any mention of specifics, we're left to wonder how far their drivers could even hope of finding form in an arguably substandard car. They are the new kids on the block, however, and we're Sure, that time will tell if they're really they've really got what it takes to perform. Some info of who is Andrea Connor. Jesu is the man behind the team, and we've got to sit down with the man that made all that a reality, the owner and principal of Connor Sport, Andrea Connor. The first thing you notice when at meeting Andrea is an immediate passion for the sport, a real surprise considering that the Connor Sport brand initially established itself in the world of tennis. A love of F1 was one thing that I shared with my father, so it was a logical step. He is nearly 90 now. Nearly 90? And he's more excited than I am. The father-son dynamic seems to run through the very DNA of Connor Sport, especially when considering who their primary investor is. We asked if that had any bearing on the deals that must have gone into place to make the team a reality. Right. World champions, however, talk to any elite sporting competitor and they'll tell you that it's not just about the physical, it's the mental elements that make the difference between triumph and disastrous. So spare a thought then for our 22 drivers today facing the psychological challenge of the Wall of Champions, the barrier at the final turn at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. A list of drivers have had a session-ending skirmish with it reads as a who's who of F1 signs: Hill, Schumacher, Villeneuve, Button, Vettel, Kobayashi. Will the list gain another win this weekend? Can't remember someone. Oh, hello, Serby. I'm just reading through all of these. Stroll and Latifi going for glory. Though Kendall, let us not forget, is a history with a proud sporting heritage. But it's not just about the past. To have Canada's sons line up to 8 day looking for a points finish or better to make that passionate crowd go wild. Both Latifi and Stroll are Montreal natives. Wait, that's not right. Or is he a native from Montreal or and since moved to Toronto? Oh yes, Serby. It's F123. Okay, the news just says it. Though Latifi moved to Toronto when he was 6 months old, Stroll, however, was his own grandstand named after him, and no doubt the fans that occupy it this week will be cheering him on vociferously. I don't know how that's pronounced. That's a very different word that I'm accustomed to. DC, Connorsburg played a blinder pairing Butler and Jackson. If they can pull together, Connorsburg looks on in the practice session. It's a brick on wheels. Sheesh. Rosanna. Sharkstein, Butler's got a handle of it. Jackson's a problem can try for Toffee. That one. Carry his dominant performance from Q3 through to today's race. Devin Butler, how do I get that winning smile? Well, good genes helps. But I brush every day with Radiant. There's a link in that that post. Break. Once again, I've got everything crossed for Connor Sport. So much potential. They just need to deliver. I'll come on really part way through the season. If they aren't delivering now, they never will. Shots work. Natalie Pinkham, gotta be said, even with all the problems they are having, aren't doing too badly given it's a brand new team. Credit to the drivers. Sean Hale, clear slice and looks like perfect weather for racing. Here in Montreal this morning, Jamie Broadbent, even with no world champions in their team, I still reckon one of the Connor Sport lads bins it into the Wall of Champions. No Pontorino. Track limits, say what you want about Connor Sport. Is they're shaking things up. Paired Poutine today in celebration of the Canadian Grand Prix. Why did no one tell me this existed before? Okay, new to F1 I guess. Fascinating tussle developing at the top of the championship. Will Verstappen managed to increase his lead today. Wanted today with a surprise third from Russell. Going to simulate the Industrial Revolution with their car today. Poof. Oof. We got some emails. Casper, just read your interview. Popped up out of nowhere onto my newsfeed. I know how you hate those things, but you're a natural. Even you gave Antonio a mention. Antonio who? His father? I'm sure he'd be delighted. How is the old man? Please send him my best. He's 90 now. Can't believe it. Time flies, eh? as per our last chat, I also be sending you some more mirror highlights later today. Keep an eye out for the little maneuver on lap 14. You can't reach that stuff. Sublime. Looking forward to catching up properly soon. And Zoe says hi. Best of luck in Canada, my friend Casper. Mayor, it was the Devin's younger sister, I think. Teach and every member of our illustrious team. Just want to wish everyone the best of luck this weekend, but I know we won't need it. Andrea tells me we're making real progress. Finding solutions that will mitigate the problems with the car, so I'm expecting very big things. I've already told the boys that if they don't bring home the points, there will be trouble, so feel free to remind them that any chance you get, especially Devin. If they don't bring the points, there will be trouble, so feel free to remind them any chance you get, especially. Wow, even the father is telling his son off. Looking forward to seeing you all in Hungary. I heard it's nice this time of year. Behold, be bold, fortune favors it. D. It's for all, not directed to Andreo. Father's flight. We've booked Antonio's flight out to Japan, business class, as you've requested. I put it in your diary, but wanted to check that you still want to meet him personally at the airport. Happy to send a car along with someone from the office. If you can't, let me know you have a second. Linda Clifton, operations manager of Connor Sport. Weekend preview. Oh, there's an attachment. See, I wonder if there's like some of those like spam messages where you have to report phishing emails. That's gonna be fun. What? Hey boss, when it comes to Canada, the main advice I'll give to Eden them is to remember that they can probably carry more speed into some of these cars than they expect, but they can't be too greedy with the cutting. Some of the curbs here can be ruthless, so they need to make sure they show them respect and don't take too much. It won't take much to find the car scraping the side of the barrier. Mark Priestley, race engineer. Wait, 9. What's this? 15th. I guess this is gonna be our starting position as Eden tires. I mean, it's the same for all weekends. So, right, let's go. With several laps remaining, Aiden Jackson pushes on as he hopes to secure some much needed points for Connor Sport mid race. I hope the force feedback works.
Into turn 2 we go now. Butler comes out of the pit lane. Jackson is right now with him. This is dicey, Ant. Neither one of these two wants to give way.
This would have been a lot
side by
cleaner if
side.
Jackson had just let him go. He's just not giving him an inch.
They continue onwards, still wheel to wheel,
Side.
almost touching there as well, as we head down the straight towards the next chicane. Nothing to separate either car.
Dive!
From the
Oh!
chicane we go, and now Jackson sends them both off the track, and Butler over a curb. That looked nasty.
Check the
I
damage.
do believe that one of their cars is damaged here, Crofty. I think it's Butler.
Damage, Ant, but also they've lost places too.
Unbelievable and totally unnecessary as well.
Well, one damaged car, places now to make up. What a complete mess that was.
Well, if you want drama, we've got one. I hope the
What was that? Where did he even think he was going to go? Okay, calm yourself down. We'll look at it in the debrief later, but right now, I want you to go and get those places back. Come on, let's go.
Ah! Shoot. The freaking force feedback's not working. I don't understand what is going on. For a moment. Gonna try and like switch between windows. Oh shit. I hope it's still going on. hope this is working properly.
What was that? Where did he even think it was gonna go? Okay, calm yourself down. We'll look at it in the debrief later, but right now, I want you to go and get those places back. Come on, let's go. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.0 seconds.
Yeah, the force feedback is still pretty light. Yeah, this is bothering me so much. Finishing the top 10 for a bonus objective.
Our gap behind
Whoops.
is 2.0 seconds. I think we can get DRS here. And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Still don't have DRS. That was a little too aggressive. Two more positions for the bonus. Still plenty of laps to go. 5 more laps. DRS. Get DRS in the next straight.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Leclerc out of the race.
Yellow flag.
There's Charles.
Green flag.
We're now in 10th, so we're now in the bonus position. Yeah, I definitely need to increase the difficulty here.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Triples. Lap. That was a pretty terrible turn. Not gonna get any DRS. Are we? Side by side, Stroll and Gasly. Get DRS.
You're in the top 10 now, keep it up. Gap to your teammate behind is 18.1 seconds. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Final lap. Push, push.
It's not really an overtaking spot, but okay. I did cut the corner though.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.6 seconds.
I definitely need to turn up the difficulty here. Challenging is too easy. Even with the way I'm driving. Carlos Sainz wins this race.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So it's been a day of drama here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve today. But Ant, what stood out for you?
Well, it must be the Connor Sport moment between the two drivers there, banging wheels, not giving each other room on track. It was entertaining, of course, but definitely for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, we enjoyed it, certainly. And Aiden Jackson, well, he'd have enjoyed the result. He did well to recover.
He did do well to recover, but, you know, you never want to see two cars, if you're the team boss, seeing two cars hit each other. It's rule number one, don't hit your teammate.
Given all the problems they've had this season, though, getting one car over the finish line, that's probably a big result for them today. Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
Wish they brought back Martin Brundle. I mean, like, Cody's like hiring the services of him. Carlos looks very weird. Nothing ever changes. Jackson and Butler's rivalry from the past 2 seasons seems to be alive and well, even when their teammates, their unwillingness to cede position to each other at the Canadian Grand Prix is a bad look for the Connor Sport. Right. Can expect a call coming up pretty soon.
Aiden, just a heads up, we're putting the debrief back by 30 minutes.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Listen, while I've got you on, what happened out there today?
It wasn't my fault. Devon thinks he's the only one driving.
Sheesh.
I don't want to dwell on it too much at the meeting, but this is not how we run a team. You know this.
Of course. It's just...
No, I don't want to hear it. We have enough problems as it is. Whatever has gone on between you two in the past, I need you to put it to bed.
Sure.
I don't want to have to talk to you like this, Aiden, and I'll be saying the same to Devon. Come on now.
Sure.
See you at the debrief.
Take care too, Serby. I'll be seeing you. Right. Menu. Settings. Assist. Is there a way to change the difficulty here? Standard, realistic. Surely there's a way. Gonna quit the main menu for a bit. Yeah, I've been playing with the force feedback not working properly. Should be a lot heavier than I was having. Is there even a way to change the difficulty here? I mean, surely. Okay, we have to redo the call again. I think. Calamity, it's not the car, it's the drivers. As we say goodbye to the GP that undoubtedly saw the Gilles Villeneuve bear witness to some extreme on-track drama. Nowhere was this more surprising than with the corner sport clash of Aiden Jackson and Devin Butler, who wouldn't give each other a single inch of space out on the track, with Butler taking damage and Jackson scrambling to recover places. It's clear that all may not be well over at corner sport. Whether an oversight in strategy, an unfortunate mistake, or signs of old rivalry remerging, one thing's for sure: after escalating car troubles, the last thing corner sport needs now are drivers that can't get along. In other news, Sean Hale, keep your friends close was, of course, Butler and Jackson at odds again. It's not the first time we've seen teammates seemingly struggle to play ball. Indeed, it's not even the first time we've seen Aiden Jackson not play ball, clashing with, as he did back in 21 with then teammate Casper Ackerman. Elsewhere, who could not forget the bruising title scrap between childhood friends turned rivals Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton from 2013 to 2016. Hamilton claimed glory in 2014-2015 before Rosberg finally tasted victory in 16 and retired immediately afterwards. That was often likened to a rivalry of Senna and Prost, who clashed as teammates at McLaren between 88 and 99. Senna took home the championship in 88 before Prost won out in 89. However, unlike Rosberg and Hamilton, their rivalry would rumble on when Prost joined Ferrari. Yes. I think we've seen these emails before, or news. Okay, it's just these two news articles. Social. Long bottom. To finish 6th after a toss like that, -1. Aiden Butler should be sacked. Well, if they can bring in the points, they'll bring in the drama. Hey, Crofty, I brought the points in. They won't be here next season. 6th place for Aiden from Maxime. Noble F1. Talking about Grand Effect era. It's not really working well as well this year. Lucas drives fastest lap as well, especially after his eventful race. Just I can't remember who that is. Mailman C Dub said putting those two together was a bad idea. What were they thinking? Just wait for it. Jackson will put on disciplinary, while Butler will get a pay rise. What's the P? Oh, oh, those are like based on the performances, right? Fisher can't knock them when they're scoring points in their maiden season. Sports Network. Red Bull Impress and Connorsport will continue the battle from 21. Ferrari won the race. Tommy T 999. Drop my Putin all over shock. Oh, is he a dry cleaning bill? As a reply. Hey, I finished 6th. Whatever that was. Too fast for you. Nah, you're too slow. Might want to consider joining a demo derby, not F1. They botched their pit stop timings today. The team should never put them in that position. What did they think was going to happen? Mario F1. At the start of the season, we've been spoiled by all these races. If there's not drama at the top of the grid, there's always some at the bottom. For sure. Oh, okay, that's the call I just had. Email. Brian Doyle. Aiden just thought I'd send you a cheeky hello from sunny Barbados. Been watching you race. Nice to see some things never change. And by that, I mean Butler is still a clown. Can't say I miss it, to be honest. Retirement life is suiting me just fine. Sun, sea, sand, and all the trimmings to go with it. Fell asleep on the beach last night. Had to do the walk of shame back to the hotel this morning. Can you believe it? At my age. Hope all is well. Let's catch up at the end of the season once I'm home. Anyway, race fast, kid, and don't be a stranger. Former team liaison. We're putting the meeting back by half an hour. I can only imagine what that was for. Why the delay? It means everyone's got time to grab a coffee and take a comfort break beforehand, which I suggest you all do. We have a lot to discuss. Yeah. What happened out there today? It's not a good look for Corner Sport. Expect better. Saskia Mills interview. It's an early one. I'll message you in the morning, but remember you've got that phone interview at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. I tried to rearrange due to time differences, but we've postponed it twice now, so I think we have to take the hit. Details are in your diary. Just try and make sure to read the brief before you're dialed in. Also, just remember that the auction for Nigel Mansell's racing gloves is next month. If you really want them, we need to discuss how high you're willing to go. You'll be mid-race at the time of the auction, so I'll have to bid for you, and I don't want to break the bank. Sheesh. On to... Oops. Next chapter. Hungary, with over half of the 20th season now in the books, and having endured more than their fair share of teething issues, Aiden Jackson and the team at Cornersport attempt to prove the doubters wrong and make a strong statement before heading into the summer break.
Hey there, can you raise that lamp about 6 inches? Right?
Here's David.
Excellent. A butler should always look sharp. So,
At what point in the 22 season was it clear to you that the team was struggling?
right after the Hungarian GP. I may only be the money, but even to me it was obvious. The whole thing was a shambles.
Yet again, Connor Sports Jackson and Butler battling it out on track. It seems as
Hang
if
on
they...
2 seconds, Nats.
Okay, Devon, Aiden's lapping faster than you. I need you to let him pass, please. Devon, do you copy? Listen to me, I need you to let Aiden pass now.
Butler just completely blanking the order there. Seems like he didn't even acknowledge it.
Too true, but as you can see, no way through for Jackson. No way at all. This Connor Sport rivalry is getting heated on the track here in Hungary.
Who are we driving as? Me?
What's he doing? Oh, come on, this is a joke!
Sheesh! I nearly hit him.
Doing? Oh, come on, this is a joke!
How did I lose so much time?
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Whoops. God, what's going on with the force feedback? It's not working. It still feels pretty light. I don't like it.
What's he doing? Oh, come on, this is a joke! between you and the car behind is increasing by a significant amount each lap. Good job. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 2.5 seconds.
Can get DRS, I think.
The gap to the car in front is less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
Yeah, that's not the way to overtake.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Why did I turn off DRS there?
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
What the fudge? Dino Rig, get out of the way! Woo! Yeah, I definitely need to turn down the difficulty here. I mean turn up. But I don't know how.
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep it up.
I wasn't sure if Alonso was gonna stick the nose in.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't think we still have the fastest lap.
Okay, you're in the top 10. Nice move, good job.
What's going on with the first? What? That's in 6th place. What?
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.2 seconds.
Lap limits. You didn't get the fastest lap.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
So Nats, who else out there deserves a mention today?
Well, I feel like there are a couple, but let's start with Aiden Jackson.
Couldn't agree more. Jackson had a brilliant race, didn't he?
Yeah, we know Connor Sport have struggled all season. Jackson's done really well today, and that's in spite of the problems with his own teammate.
Even before they became teammates, these two had their fair share of run-ins. It's a fascinating rivalry. You can't take your eyes off it for one moment. But nonetheless, some much-needed points today for Connor Sport. Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal...
Here's Natalie from
Well,
the
a good race
Combox.
out there again today, Aiden. But what we do all want to know, what exactly happened with Devon? It sounded like he completely ignored a direct team order.
Ooh.
I've no clue about that, Natalie. We're completely different strategies. That'd be for Devon to answer. I'm just focused on what I need to do.
Well, he did certainly seem to cause you some trouble out there today. And after that, and what happened in Canada, what would you say to those wondering if the old Jackson-Butler rivalry is well and truly back?
That's in past. Focus on making first but success. That's in the past. I'm gonna go with this.
Well, you know what they say. Old habits die hard. There's always going to be tension between teammates, and Devon and I don't always see eye to eye. So,
Okay.
we know that. It's tricky, for sure. But the team always comes first.
So issues with Devon aside, how do you feel it went out there today? Do you think the team will be pleased with your performance?
Yeah, I think so. I did everything I could today, and the car performed really well. I think I found some good pace, and yeah, forgetting any other hiccups, I think the team will be happy.
Yeah,
So
kind of
you
help
mentioned
the
car there. In
morale
that
of the
regard,
team.
Connor Sport's not had the easiest of times so far this season. Has that all been sorted? Are those reliability concerns well and truly behind you?
Confidence, trying to put too much confidence boost.
I hope so. I mean, today was good. Yeah, there was no issues with the car. It's always difficult when a driver brings everything they've got and the car lets them down at last minute. But I've been told the team has got it all under control. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the next few races.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Natalie looks weird. Her in-game model, that is.
Okay, I'll leave that in your capable hands. Devon, you had a problem with a team order today?
Didn't happen.
What?
Look, I know everyone's saying I ignored it, but it didn't happen. I never got the order. Check the comms.
Shoddy workman always blames his tools, eh?
Check the comms.
Blames the tools.
Okay, we checked the communication pipeline. Fix it. This cannot happen again.
Oh, just where the father
Typical.
is there to see it.
Aiden, listen,
What's the point?
it's just Devon being Devon.
And what? That makes it okay? He's an arrogant...
No, you're right
What?
to call him. But imagine if we didn't give him certain freedoms, he'd be even harder to manage. As his father, I know. Hey, you're the best driver that we have, and it's right for you to put Devon in his place. He needs it. The team needs it.
Thanks. Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me. I think...
Honestly, we don't deserve you. And I know that you're being discussed at other teams, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Sure. I'm sorry if I've spoken out of turn. About Devon.
Not at all. You know the best way to keep Devon in his place?
Even the dad wants
What's
it.
that?
Beat it.
And we have. I need to take another comfort break again.
Could you take a look at this booth?
Oh, we're almost out of time, but I guess we're gonna do another one. A Star is Born. Cornerspray have been contacted by a film production company. They are currently in a pre-production phase for the latest installment in the ever-popular Throttle Zone movie franchise and want to offer cameo role to one of our drivers. They are also keen to use Countersport branding within the picture, and it would be an excellent opportunity to help put the team on the map. The question is, which driver should represent Countersport in the movie? Aiden would be an excellent ambassador for the team. It's clear that he's been feeling a little underappreciated as of late, so this could serve as an ego boost he needs. David has made it clear to me that he's keen for Devon to represent the team here. Besides, I would never hear the end of it from Devon if I offered to Aiden. Even though it's a great opportunity for brand exposure, we have enough on our plate as it is. This is just a... For a movie cameo, eh? I mean, knowing Devon from the previous one we had, I'm not sure if Aiden's keen to, like, do something like this. I'm gonna go with Devon. When challenged by the press about this regarding team order during today's race, Devon went public with the comms issue. We're not being pressured for a statement. What's your response? Devon, oh my god. And I just made that answer from on the previous question. We still don't know ourselves, so let's be open state that we're running tests and looking into it. I mean, level 2 performance, I guess we're gonna use that. Video got a lot of traction on social media and has helped get Cornersport name out there. However, the team back at the factory were really disappointed about having their team building days rescheduled at such late notice. Okay, yeah. I can see. Not really a surprise. Performance reputation up. Podium pass. Whatever. On the podium pass. See, we're gonna get another call. Davidoff. Davidoff.
So, I had a word with Aiden.
And?
Nothing to worry about. Don't think there'll be any more problems.
What did you say?
Doesn't matter. We level with each other. Just leave Aiden to me from now on.
And what about Devon?
What about them?
We both know it wasn't the comms, right?
Andrea, listen. Devon may push his luck from time to time, but I won't have his integrity questioned. If he says it was the comms, then you know what to do. Yes?
Right. Sure. I'll have them checked again.
See that you do.
Right, before we continue, I'm gonna need another comfort break again. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see, news. With some on social media made it seem that Butter is only driving with such an attitude precisely because his father funds the team. We are unable to confirm what really happened until Cornersport puts out an official statement. One thing is clear, however, is that Butler certainly seemed to ignore a direct order to let his teammate pass. You can only wait to see what the repercussions, if any, will be for Butler. Will the team be handling the infraction internally or not at all? And if even if they do, will we hear anything about it? Both fans and pundits alike are calling the incident outrageous, with some going as far as claiming it as an indicator that Butler now sees himself as too big for the team. Elsewhere on the grid, Ferrari's fortunes are starting to look up as Leclerc proves once again. I don't think they won, did they? Yeah, he was behind me when we finished the race. Fast living with Devin Butler. It's only when we go down into the basement that Devon really opens up, surrounded by a classic car collection of reaches well into double figures. It's clear that driving is Devon Butler's life. Come on, Reach Kid. I like to come down here. It's where I feel at peace. He grins, running his hand along the bodywork of one of his cars. Reminds me of how fortunate I am here in his home environment. The arrogant and cocky demeanor beloved by Devon's fans and despised by his detractors seems far more subdued and controlled, but only just. But I can't take them out as often as I like. Too busy traveling the world and showing the part-timers how to win races, but that's life. Sheesh. Looking down on part-time drivers. People just want to enjoy racing. I mean, of course, in F1, it's not necessarily a place for that, I guess. Trouble brewing in the corner sport camp, adding fuel to the fire that there may be indeed some turbulence. Over in the corner sport camp, all the habits die hard, confirmed Jackson. When pressed on if the old Jackson Butler rivalry, which marred much of the 21 season, had indeed returned, this follows by egregious on-track incident where Butler seemed to ignore a direct team order, blocking his angry teammate in the process, following up by assuring that the team always comes first. However, it does make it seem that Cornersport may have a handle on the situation, and this may just be an ongoing and expected clash of egos common at such a high level. So far, Cornersport themselves have been unavailable for comment regarding the incident, so we can only wonder if management may see things a little differently. Vettel announced his retirement. Hashtag Danka Seb once said that he would only join social media once he retired, so there was a sense of poetry to him opening his account and immediately posting an intimate sit-down video announcing his retirement at the end of the season. We tend to think of F1 drivers as ciphers, sports people elevated above the mortal concerns of the laity. That's hard to tell if that's an I or an L. I mean, it's supposed to be a common word. But Vel, or Seb as he's known to his fans, reminded us that this is far from the case, reintroducing himself as a father and a husband, sharing his love of chocolate and the smell of fresh bread, his belief in equality and climate justice. And so the long farewell begins. Let's savor it, starting this weekend as Alonso to Aston. Oh boy. Oh, remember last year. Well, it begins. Aston Martin have announced the signing of the one and only Fernando Alonso, replacing the retiring Sebastian Vettel, and they do so from out under the noses of Alonso's current employers, Alpine, whose sources say were unaware of the move. But as one door closes, another opens, and what an exciting opportunity this creates for young Oscar Piastri. Alpine reserve driver and 2021 F2 champion. Surely now he is poised for his full-time seat in Formula One, deserved after. And guess what happened the following, just a few days later, or a few hours later, I guess. Social, gotta appreciate the honesty from Jackson when asked about his rivalry with Butler. Team comes first, bravo. I wonder if Devon would have given such a straight answer. They clearly still hate each other. Oh, that's from Ben. Yeah, good to see Aiden being a grown up about it. If Butler was my teammate, I don't know what I'd do. Yeah, showing everyone who is really in charge of the team. Eggboy Const, Davidov's in attendance today. No wonder Devon's playing up. Sharkstein from Hard Troubles to Daddy Issues. Damn. Signs of life finally for Mercedes, who would have predicted this start for them at the end of last year. Wishing Andreas wish. I bet Andreas wishing he'd stuck to tennis. Far less drama still. At least they're bringing the points. Did I finish 6th again? World class driver racing on the wrong team. When you're the spare wheel, damn. Nepotism made me feel all fuzzy inside to see get past talk to the hand attitude from GC Robot. Yet all this hate for Butler, you've got to be minted to be part of it, sure. But he can obviously drive. He has such right as anyone to be there. See the season in full swing. Alonso to Aston, did not see that coming. They're not. Jackson clearly not optimistic about the corner sport car. Feels like he's been let down after bringing his all. Bit harsh. We'll see what happens over the next few races. Yeah. Oh, the boy. He talks about Vettel's retirement right there. He is the better driver. Another Devin Butler fanboy. Alonso to Aston on a multi-year deal. That happened quickly. All caught up, right? Oh, I'm on in Connor's socials. As requested, 0 problems or faults every single time. Even when we tried to cause a fault to replicate what could have happened during the race, they've come back perfect. Happy to send across a full technical report, or even give you a physical demo if you want to pop down. But between us, I think the problem may lie with the driver. Oof, had me kind of feel pageant. Let us know if you want us to keep going, or we can draw a line under it. The scheduling the flight. We've already booked it, business class, same as before. Hotel coming out earlier. Haven't got a room for extra 3 days, so I've booked him in at the Lancaster. It's only a couple of streets away from where you're all staying, but it's a definite upgrade. Really hope he likes it. I'm also really curious to find out why he wanted to fly out early. Has he told you anything further, or has it still been left as I have some news? Okay, interesting.
Hey, we need your input on this one.
Oh, more. Being the new team on the grid has its advantages. Our merchandise has proved real popular, much more so than we were expecting. With some lines either sold out or stock running low. We've had a word with the sportswear division, though, and they can't increase production without affecting other corner sport lines. This issue is a bit bigger than just our F1 interest. How should we handle this? Let's increase production of the F1 merchandise. Making this team successful helps every part of the business as it gets our name out there, increases brand awareness. Wait, something going on with the stream. Hope that's just the player on my thing. I mean, I guess make use of the extra option. They need to finalize their schedule for the coming months in order to cement their plans for next season. They are keen to shift solely towards the 23 car. but now there is some conflicting opinions in engineering as they believe there are some easy gains to make this season. Where should they focus their efforts? Easy gains maybe help us grab a higher position in constructions this year, and that money is going to be integral to the future investment of the car. But I hope they have the cost cap sliding scale thing in effect here. I think we're going to have to make do with what we have this year. More development time we get on next year's car will pay dividends down the road. Tell them to focus on the 23 car. Ooh. We didn't perform in Hungary. I'm going 23 car here.
So, what about Callie Mayer? Was she on your radar at this point?
Of course. She was making big waves in F2. And Ackerman would not shut up about her.
Netherlands F2 sprint race. Dominating the competition in the sprint race at Zandvoort. Not content to sit out in front leading the race, Smear and the team at Trident decide to opt for an unorthodox strategy. She gonna try the Leclerc strat here. By the way, Trident in F2 competitive?
Here's our race leader, Callie Mayer. She has been blisteringly fast around Zandvoort here today.
Who's the co-commentator?
And look at that! She's going into pit!
Davide Valsecchi.
Interesting strategy they've decided on there. She has been lapping at rapid pace, but is this the right call?
Would it make sense?
Yeah, it's a good move for sure. Looks crazy to me, but let's find out.
Here she goes then, on brand new tyres. The rest of the field still sticking with their original set. Where exactly does Callie Mayer come out? Let's see.
Crossing the fingers. Right, here we go. Win the race.
Okay, Callie, let's go. We're going to leave it to you. You know what to do. Come on.
Copy that. I'm on it.
I get the feeling it's voiced by Jamie Chadwick. I forgot the shifting is slower in the F2 cars. Again, the freaking force feedback for some reason. It's really bothering me a lot. Hardware. Pretty new to the Zandvoort circuit. Probably should have tried.
Okay, Callie, let's go. We're going to leave it to you. You know what to do.
I'm not
Come on.
familiar with.
Copy that. I'm on it.
There's the wait, finally. Whee! Around the outside of Jack Doohan.
over. You made it look so easy.
Gonna give it another try.
Okay, Callie,
It's a lot
let's
heavier.
go. We're going to leave it to you. You know what to do. Come on.
Copy that. I'm on it.
Oh, I didn't get the URS. Definitely feels heavier, reflecting the F2 cars that having power steering, unlike the F1 cars that have.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 13.0 seconds. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 3.1 seconds.
Ah, frick. Can we overtake Darvala? Oh, we don't. We are gonna punt him down. Whoops.
Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
No DRS.
Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race.
Whoops, too early in the throttle. Oh, that's a run? Excuse me, Theo. Ooh, nearly run him out of road.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
That should be a DRS. No? I just gave Dennis Haggerty DRS. Podium ahead. Third place held by Clement Novalak. There's the DRS. Two Kiwis up in front. It's a Kiwi 1-2 at the moment. That's gonna disappear just moments time. Oh! Marcus Armstrong with a problem. Got Mega Chrome. Curb. I hope I got DRS, yes. Whew. 2 laps to go.
Gap to your teammate behind is 27.6 seconds.
One of the track limits there. At the banking.
mate. This is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Hell yeah.
Callie Mayer, take a bow. What a masterclass to finish first here in the Netherlands. It was such an unlikely strategy from Mayer, but she and the team have made a success of it. What a race, what a performance, what a genuine joy to watch.
Wait, I just realized.
It's the part we've all been waiting for, the podium finish, and it's probably one of the more unexpected finishes in a while. Trident take the victory. Trident have made huge strides within F2 recently, and today proves that they're not only still in the race, but they're in it to win. Congratulations to everyone on the team.
Funny how 1 year later, in real life, Trident wins an F2 race. Feature race, in fact, with Clement. Here he is, in the middle, wearing the MP. Mayer manages to win in convincing fashion after an unconventional pit stop. Each race win shows why Mayer is such a promising young driver in Formula 2.
Callie, what do you put your success down to this season?
Oh, I'd say probably my speed.
In what way?
I find lapping faster than everyone else really, really helps. Casper.
No.
Seriously though, I have a great team around me, and this guy, more than anyone else, has been pretty useful to have around. Casper, what are you shy? Come up here.
Yes. Okay.
And Callie says you've been a factor this season, Casper.
I'm not the one driving.
Didn't agree with my tyre strategy though.
This one has no respect for her elders.
But can you give us more detail as to the exact role that you're playing, Casper?
None whatsoever. It's all about her.
He's probably right, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
So, were you already in touch with Casper Ackerman at that point?
Ackerman and I go way back.
We receiving calls? There it is. Evelyn.
Let me guess, you saw the race, couldn't be prouder, and everyone in the office wouldn't stop screaming.
Well, that saved me a few minutes. Guess I'll speak to you later then.
How are you, Mum?
Oh, I couldn't be prouder, Cal. That was one hell of a race. Everyone in the office wouldn't stop screaming.
Repeating the thing that Kelly said.
Honestly, the way you're driving, I think we're going to have to change your name.
What's here this time?
Callie Winner. You've got this in the bag, Cal.
Oh, okay. That is the kind of award-winning journalism that we really do need right now, but one race at a time, okay?
That sounds like Casper talking.
Is he looking after you?
Yeah, always. Actually, I've got a meeting with him that I'm running a bit late for, so I've got a dash. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, sweetheart. Call me tonight and well done.
Yeah.
News. F2's biggest surprise of the season is no wonder then that everyone seems to be talking about Calimere with only a single F3 season under her belt. Mary surprised everyone by roaring into F2 for the 22 season and shows up no signs of stopping. Her results may speak for themselves. Consistent podium finishes right out of the gate have placed Mir as the one to watch. So the question everyone's asking now is what's the secret to her success? While she does not have a strong team around her, many are also speculating that Mir could indeed possess the natural raw talent for driving that you see only once in a generation. Mentored by the Flying Dutchman himself, F1 veteran Casper Ackerman, it's clear that Calimere is being prepped for a potentially very bright future. I need to also wait. Okay, I see. It's also in what I'm gonna try to read. Team doesn't know what's going on at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Butler told the press it wasn't an issue with the comms. He hadn't heard the order, he claimed, and so couldn't ignore it. Cornersport themselves, meanwhile, claim that they don't even know what the situation is with the comms. Consider that for a moment. They don't even know. If that's true, then it really is a sorry state of affairs for the newest team on the grid. If that's not true, however, then what are they hiding? Perhaps they'd rather protect the behavior of Devin Butler than leave him exposed to criticism, or maybe the sheer embarrassment of admitting to the comms issue has prevented them from acknowledging it openly. McLaren getting Piastri for real this time, which had left fans wondering what the next move would be, and so having been stung twice before by filling articles on this topic prematurely, is it safe to write that Oscar Piastri will indeed be joining McLaren for 23 season following the expiry of his contract with Alpine? Contract negotiation board have ruled in McLaren's favor, judging that Alpine, despite their appeals, didn't have a watertight contract with Piastri, so as McLaren confirmed their lineup, the question remains what will become of Daniel Rick as his fellow countryman replaces him. The Australian is currently without a drive next year. Surely someone will come calling for Bahrain next year. We all know what happened since. Audi formally announced F1 entry for Rings join F1, and while Audi haven't been shy about their designs on F1, now it's official. Audi will join F1 in 26, not just as a constructor but as an engine supplier, and they will do so with Sauber as their technical partner, having acquired a minority stake. Sauber, of course, currently compete as Alfa Romeo and with a Ferrari power engine, but not for much longer. Soon, Audi and Sauber will join forces. 26 is a fascinating time to join the grid, combining alongside a raft of technical changes, including more electrical power and 100% sustainable fuels. How will Forsprung Dirk technique blend with the rigor and competition of F1? We'll have to wait a solid 3 years to find out. Social, having followed F2 for a good few seasons now, but watching Calimere has brought me back into the fold. Hate to say it, but the rest of the F2 grid were a class out there today. Mir's fast lap was just the exclamation point in a dominant performance. I wonder if Butler will behave himself this weekend. Lucas drives, it's Weber, I think. No, he does what he wants. It's Evan's team. The rest of them just work there. He's the greatest. Very lucky to be here at the race this weekend and really look forward to seeing some of the F2. There's a real buzz about it here. Dan Enrique is classy. His attitude is very commendable. I'm really gonna miss him in this if his time is really up in F1. From Anthony Davidson. Winston. DR's handled this whole situation with a lot more grace than a lot of other drivers on the grid would. She had so much ground to make up, it was almost inevitable. Last year's season was too boring, so they decided to take this year's one up a notch. Verstappen Masterclass. And is what F1 needs to shake things up, Calimere, that is. It was the comms. Sorry, I can't hear you speak louder. at bar in 2017. Yep, that F2 strategy. So much orange turned out by the Orange Army on their home soil. Big contractual chaos, pump it in my veins. From Jimmy Broadbent. Acro my man. And a day after I buy my first Henry McLaren. Ooh, oof, oof. Really making that Delara work. Then the email. Told you no cameras. I've told you before. I've absolutely no desire to speak to the press. I've got so wound up by journalists. I swear it's the only reason I got a reputation for being called back in F1. Although I imagine Zoe would tell you different. This is your time to shine, and from what I saw, you're natural in front of the camera. I really hope they caught my good side. Maurizio Salvatori, tire strategy, unorthodox but effective. I don't think there's anything else I can say. Really glad we listened to you on that one. There's things we're bang on. That was one heck of a race out there today, Callie. Well done and thank you. Ben Hicks. As I said in my previous mail, that phone hadn't stopped. Photo shoots, interviews, advertising deals. It looks like your feet aren't going to be touching the ground anytime soon. As for agent, I'd always be keen to say yes to everything and never say no to an opportunity, but I don't think there are enough hours in the day. Give me a call when you're free. It's probably worth us having a chat about the kind of thing you want to fill your diary with. It might also be worth getting your mom on the call too. Evelyn's experience might really help us in deciding the route you want to take. I can't overstate how rare it is, Cal, to be in your position where it's you making all the choices. We've a lot to talk about. Ben. Right, I think we're going to end it here. So yeah, let's start to this playthrough, even though had some issues with the force feedback until the F2 race. So yeah, I think I just need to like go to the control panel every time I see it happening. But yeah, hopefully it solves next time I play. So yeah, so hope you guys have enjoyed. Plan to continue it soon. Tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Continuation of Breaking Point 2 will happen on Saturday. So yeah, hope you guys looking forward to that. Follow me here on Twitch, of course, if you want to see want to check me out, of course. And then also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in the about section. And yeah, to see my previous playthroughs from career modes and story modes from previous games. Need for Speed Unbound, Hot Pursuit Remastered, Heat, the Grid series, Race Driver Grid 2, and Legends. So yeah, and Burnout Paradise also did a playthrough of that as well, and also like the online stuff that I'm gonna do for Hot Pursuit tomorrow. So yeah, and also Unbound, doing those in the regular. Also planning to do CS2 as one of the non racing games to stream. And then the Crew Motorfest and Forza Motorsport 8, a lot coming through. Also test drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Yeah, a lot in the futures to play. So yeah, a lot of games to enjoy. Right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, be playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Good night.